What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. I am LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. Tough loss for them boys on the road. Excuse me one second. Sorry, I apologize. Got the background all messed up. LV's got everything all messed up today. I apologize, man. Apologize. Go to tips for a second. Technical difficulties, but we know the score. Let's go back. LV's got it all messed up tonight. Technical difficulties on the side with LV, so I apologize. Let's be patient, but we already know the score, right? Tough loss for them boys. 121 to 132. Listen, man, look. It's a lot of things that I really want to touch on tonight, a lot of things in regards to that. And of course, a lot of people are going to say, oh, we need substitutions. We need like a whole bunch of stuff. Like, and I'm going to touch on that. There we go. Once again, apologize, technical difficulties. But the reality is, when you're watching this team and watching them close out games, 3 out of the last 4 games, they should have won those games. Tonight, we were up by 2. There was a certain point in the third quarter we were up by 10. But at all these games, we're getting gassed in the fourth quarter. Gassed. Now, of course, we're going to, the offense was fabulous. The defense was shaky towards the end. But that says to me that this team is tired. Tired. Towns was great tonight, 30 points tonight, 9 rebounds, and the return of Jalen Brunson. He was Brunson tonight, right? Nobody could check him. 33 big points, 10 assists, as you see right there. But all in all, you could just tell, you could just see that they couldn't rotate defensively, right? I'm going to bring up Tibbs in a second. You guys saw it shortly after LV had technical difficulties, so I apologize for that. But the reality of everything is that these guys need a break, man. They need a break, and this is where, to me, Tibbs is dropping the ball here. He is. When you get into money time, and this is why the bench is so important, you got to be at your best. And so, certain parts in the game where you're going to really need a breather, that's got to happen. Tibbs basically played 6 guys tonight. 6 guys. So, yeah, I'm not surprised they're not rotating on defense. I'm not surprised by that. I'm not surprised that they just look a step slow coming off of picks in the drop. I'm not surprised by that. And I have to look at him for that. And this has been the issue with Tibbs, right? This has been the problem with him. This is what people have been talking about for the longest with Tibbs. And you have to be honest that, in some ways, there's some validity to that. There is. You cannot have your starters playing 40 plus minutes. And what are we in, game 10? That can't happen, Tibbs. Or game 9, excuse me, 4 and 5. That can't happen. It just cannot. And the more I'm watching them, you could see when it's winning time, they're basically losing. Like, you could just see they just don't have it, and they can't close. And because they can't close, you see defensively why they're having issues rotating. You're seeing it. And to me, that comes back down to the coaching, man. It comes back down to that. I don't care what it is. Tyler Kohler can't play more than you play him 2 minutes tonight, 3 minutes. What you put him in for? If you're going to do that, the reality is this. and I'm going to touch on some of the players in a minute. The reality is this. This is the team. This is who you have. Like, DiVincenzo's not coming back. Like all these other guys that you had, financially, we just can't do it. So this is the team until Precious Achiuwa comes back, Cameron Payne comes back, and Mitch comes back. Those are 3 guys. Oh, Landry Shamet. That's 4 guys. Right? So I understand. But still, you drafted Tyler Kolek, right? You guys drafted him. So play him. You drafted Akaporte. Play him. You drafted Pacome Dadier. Play him. You got to play him because your guys are down injured. So what are you going to do? You're just going to play these guys until they fall over and someone gets injured? Knock on wood. I'm sorry, but this comes back to Tibbs, man. This comes back to Tibbs and him not being creative with putting certain lineups in. This is only game 9, man. You can't be playing these guys till they croak over, man, because you're trying to get a W. Like, I'm trying to get a W too, but we got to be smart here. There's no reason Tyler Kolek should only play 2 minutes tonight. No reason. He should play at least 15, 20 minutes. There's no reason he shouldn't have played Dadier. There's no reason he shouldn't have played Akaporte. I mean, Sims came in, but it wasn't for that much. I think Deuce played like 29 minutes tonight, maybe 30. I think it was 29 minutes tonight. But that can't happen, man. That cannot happen. He's got to get better with doing things like that. Like, it's too early in the season for this nonsense. And so watching the team and sitting back and saying, Jeremy, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys on the road, 121-132. Jalen Brunson, 33 points tonight. And so to me, it falls on him. Because the team was there. We were right there in the game. I felt we were controlling the game. They came down, knocked down a couple of threes, but, we'll talk about those numbers too, because they were insane. But with all that being said, the Knicks were still in it. And I just thought towards the end, the legs weren't there. But we saw this before. Dunn Rose, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys on the road, 121-132 to the Pacers. And so now I'm looking at Tibbs, man. I'm really looking at him about this. Like, this can't happen. This is the team. This is who we have. Mitch is not coming back probably till after the All-Star break. We don't know when Precious is coming back. He pulled a hamstring. Same thing as OG Anunoby last year. That can take a couple of months or a couple of weeks. It all depends on severity of the strain. Cam Payne also has the same injury, hamstring. He's missed 4 games. So you don't know when these guys are coming back. Maybe in a couple of weeks. We don't know. But you got to play the guys that you have. You can't just go 6 deep. You got to play Dadier. You got to trust in these guys, man. You have to. You got to do that. You can't be so stuck in your old 90s ways that you're not willing to do that. The game is too fast right now for that. That's when soft tissue injuries happen. That's when guys sprain their ankle. That's when guys, have a sore knee. That's when, because the game is so fast, it's so up-paced. So you got to have a good bench. You got to have guys that's going to come in and substitute. And it's not even a matter. We're not even asking them to come in and score 40 points. Just give a solid minutes until the starters come back. Excuse me. So for me, that's where he's not even a little, like, he's dropping the ball big time on this, man. Huge. Now, of course, right? We know the stats, right? The ball game is pretty much, they shot 45% from 3, I believe, and we only shot 21%. They made 21 threes, and if I'm correct, I think we only made 7. They made 8 in the fourth quarter to our 7 for the whole game. And with that being said, we still only lost by 11. If you see that disparity as far as the numbers go, how disparaging it is, you would say, yo, we probably lost by 30. We were up in this game. We were winning in the fourth. So it wasn't so much the three-point shooting. Yes, that pushed them over the edge, but I think we kind of ran out of gas in the fourth quarter. Because offensively, we had it rolling. So why is it defensively we're struggling in these games? I think, we don't have enough legs left. And if you guys watched the post game like I did, Monica basically went on and spoke about it. She basically touched on about how difficult it is for, guys got to get healthy, basically. And with that being said, that's why things are the way that they are altogether. Like, they have no bench. But I think they do have a bench. You just got to play him. Tyler Kolek's got to play more, man. He's got to get these experiences. This has got to happen because what you want to prevent is guys getting injured now. And then you try to say, "Oh, I don't have anybody on the bench." So you got to play those guys, Tib. You got to play them, Tibbs. You got to play them. Rondo, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys on the road. 132 to 121. Jalen Brunson, 33 big points. So let's hear from Tibbs, man. Let's hear from Tibbs. Let's see what he has to say.
Too much, so
bring it back.
And we gave up way too much. So if you don't challenge shots, they're going to make. So too big of a discrepancy from the 3-point line. They made 21, we made 7. So that's a problem. But our offense, we score 121, shoot 55. Get to the line a lot, rebound them, but didn't cover the line. So, we got to fix it, and we got to fix it fast. We just got.
So that's Tibbs, right? Listen, man. Look, as much as I hear what he's saying is valid, that's not going to happen fast, Tibbs, because guys are gassed. Guys are gassed. They just are, man. You're not going to be able to play guys the way that you're playing and expect like top tier efficiency from them, especially early in the season like this. And this has always been his Achilles heel. It just has been. People have talked about this with Tibbs forever, man. And that's been the biggest thing for him. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here, man. I liked how we looked offensively. Right? Let's lean into a positive note. I liked how we look offensively. OG Anunoby had it going. Man. I mean, he's really coming around offensively. He really is. That 3-ball is water for him, man. He's knocking it down at a high clip. Of course, I did a short out there about him defensively. I thought he was great defensively as well. So it's good. It's good to see exactly how he's playing and the things that he's doing to really help this team win. Because now he's showing different levels to his game, as opposed to, of course, him being, a defensive stalwart, right? We understand what that is in regards to his game, but that that whole other like piece to the offensive game that he's given us is great. It's great. I'm gonna go over the stats a little bit, but I believe he had about 25 points tonight. And so offensively, he's giving us a punch, right? Which is great. I thought also, too, man, Brunson had it going, man. Brunson looked like Brunson tonight. And where Brunson looked like Brunson was he was getting busy from that mid-range, getting N1s, of course. But backing down, pulling up from the elbow jumper was water. Then it opens up 3, right? He knocked down a couple of those tonight. And I thought he was sensational, and he looked like Brunson. And when he's cooking like that, man, that's very, very hard to deal with. Once again, guys, we scored 100. We scored 121 points tonight. So I thought all in all, I thought we looked exceptional. And so for me, in watching the game, I'm saying, okay, the offense is rolling. And that's why we got Towns. That's why, because it opens up everything offensively. But of course, as you see kind of like the issues defensively. Of course, we'll touch on that as far as the drop and stuff like that. But offensively, we were clicking. Josh Hart is playing amazing, man. Josh Hart is playing amazing. He's the total game with him. The total game. I think he had a double-double tonight. He could have had a triple-double again. So this is like third game in a row where Josh Hart basically could have had a double, a triple-double. But he's hitting the glass. He's looking like Josh Hart. And so I'm seeing things coming together in that aspect offensively. And so I'm seeing where the team is clicking. And so that's the excitement that I'm feeling, right, with the team. Of course, there's panic, right? Everyone's worried. But I'm feeling excitement because I see the offensive explosiveness, right, that we wanted here with Towns. But in order to keep that going, you're going to have to make sure these guys are able to get spelled, right? To able someone come in, get them on the bench, let them get a blow. But at the same time, these guys have to be effective coming off the bench. But the only way they're going to be effective is if you get them out there. So, yes, I get it. Like, okay, Tibbs is saying, okay, yeah, but if they miss threes and we make outs, yeah, Tibbs, man, but that's not the issue, man. That's not the issue. The reality is that guys are going to knock down shots. We understand like how good, the Pacers could be offensively. They were down guys tonight too. What Rick Carlisle's able to do is he's able to rotate guys in. He's able to do that and not be afraid with playing rookies and guys that, he may not be expected to play for the rest of the season. He has no issue doing that. Tibbs does. Big Task, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys, 132-121. Jalen Brunson, big. 33 points, 10 assists. And so Rick Carlisle has no issue doing that. And so, yeah, they made 21 threes and we only made 7. Okay, fine. But Tibbs, we still had a chance to win the game. We were right there in the fourth quarter. We got outscored, I believe, in fourth quarter 42-27. So, yes, that came from them knocking down threes. But you know why the threes are wide open? Because the guys have no legs, man. And so, yes, there is some truth to what it is that he's saying, but there's holes in that argument, or there's holes in that statement. So, he's got to kind of, eat this tonight too. Because, how he did things, and that played a major role tonight, man. It really, really did. And also, too, guys, when did they start looking at people's threes or shots in review after a timeout, or you come back for commercial break and they say, "Oh, that three didn't count because his foot was on the line"? When did they start checking for that? Like when? So now they go and they look and they say, "Oh, his foot was on the line, so that three doesn't count." So you guys are actually not up by 1; you're down by 3. Okay, I've never heard them do that in an NBA game. I've heard them change it from a 3 to a 2, but don't even give you credit. Now they missed the call. So I've never heard them be like, "Okay, we're taking points away now because that didn't count." We had to review it. There was nothing to review. I've never seen that in the game. I've seen them say, it was a 3 or a 2, but I've never seen them say, okay, now let's go back and take a look at it. Like 5 or 6 plays later, like we're way past the game. It was like a minute ago, and they just decided to say, okay, now the Knicks are down 3 as opposed to being up 1 or 2. Like that's insane, man. That's insane. I didn't know when the league started doing that, but okay, it is what it is, I guess. But all in all, man, I was really happy offensively with how we played. And at times in the game, I was happy with how we looked defensively, too. I just think we ran out of gas, man. I just think we ran out of gas. And this has been like a really tough. You understand, we've been on the road for the last 1, 2, 3, I would say 5 or 6 games. We've been on the road. We just came back home. Knicks 100 GM, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Tough loss on the boys, 132 to 121. So I don't know. Like because they've been on the road so much, they only came back home once. They're going to Philly again. Then listen, they're going to Philly. The schedule is insane. They've been on the road. They only came home once, which was Friday. Then they're in Indiana. Now they got to fly to Philly. They play Philly on Tuesday. Then right after that, they're home against Chicago. I mean, this game is insane. So the schedule. But with that being said, that's why it's so important for Tibbs to play a lot of these young guys. It's important. And it's funny because remember, guys, we had this issue with Tibbs before. Remember we said, Tibbs, you got to play the kids. Remember that? We were complaining with him with that. Tibbs, you got to play the kids. This is the stuff we were saying. And you're going to need these guys, man, because the schedule's kicking in. In fourth quarter, these guys are tired. You're going to need those young legs to be out there and run around and kind of help give Brunson those guys time to hold down a fort, man. Hold down a fort for those guys so Brunson and Towns and the whole crew can finish off strong. Wesley Robinson, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. But I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew tonight. Wesley Robinson. Tough loss on the boys on the road, 132 to 121. Jalen Brunson, big with 33 points. Tough loss, man. Tough loss. Frustrating, of course. I know a lot of people are going to be mad. A lot of people are going to be thinking, this can all be fixed. I'll put it to you like this. Are you more concerned that we don't have the defense going or the offense? The defense can get fixed because what I'm seeing from the defense, it's not a rotation issue, man. It's an effort or like they're gassed out issue. Guys are tired. So that can be fixed. Because even with the deficiency, like I said, with the 3-point shot, the Knicks were only down. They only lost by, what did they lose, by 11? And they were actually winning in the fourth, even with the difference in the 3-point shooting. So the game is there to be had, man. And so for me, that's why I lean into the positive aspect of this and not so much of, they look terrible defensively or guys aren't playing well. I don't see that because I thought defensively we had the intensity throughout the game. But in the end, we're losing gas. And now I got to look down the bench. I got to look at the coach. So it's not, so I don't think it was anything else but that. Let's take a look at the stats really quick, guys. All right, so once again, like I stated, right, offensively, we had it rolling. 55% we shot today from the field. 55. They shot 51. But we out-rebounded them tonight, 39 to 32. Of course, they did us better as far as the assists go. Halliburton, of course, was Halliburton. 27 for 23 in their aspect. And this is the ball game. Look at the three. We shot only 28% from three. They shot 45. We were 7 for 25 from three, and they were 21 for 46, man. Free throws were fine. So I'm not even complaining about the fouls tonight. That was the issue. We shot 22% from the 22 for 27 from the free throw line. They shot 21 for 25. So I thought it was an evenly called game. I didn't think it was like the refs. No, not at all. Not at all. I just think that, towards the end of the game, and I just think that they got, they had a little bit more juice than what we did. But look at it offensively, man. Look at that, man. 55% from the field. Look at the offense is rolling, man. Rolling. So that's not the issue. And I said it on one of my other shows. I was not having a problem with the offense at all. But it's on the other end of the court. And a lot of times with defense, it ain't nothing but energy and effort. The effort is there, but the energy is gone. By the fourth quarter, these guys' legs are shot, man. And when it gets to winning time, like 4 or 5 minutes left, that's when they start kind of losing it. Remember, they were up by 5 with, I think, 3 minutes left in Atlanta. Same thing. They started getting tired. They lost the lead. They were down by 3 to the Rockets. What was it? Like a minute and 50 left, and they couldn't close it out. Tonight, they were up by 2. Well, actually 5, and then they changed the score with the OG and OB3, and his foot was on the line or whatever. But they were winning this game. But then they just started. They started leaving wide open threes for these guys. And to me, that's the ball game. Another great game for this guy. He's just exceptional, man. Exceptional. He's really, really starting to push, starting to get recognition for how he's playing. Because he's like the definition, right? I'm gonna say the definition. Well, he should be in the dictionary for the 3D wing. It should be his face, him. And now he's starting to put it up offensively. Big for him, 25 points tonight, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 9 for 14 from the field. Siakam started coming on late, but during the game, Siakam was having problems offensively, man. It's because of this guy. Him again. So another superb game for OG Anunoby, I thought. Great to see, man, him coming around offensively. Towns, I thought, was also good offensively. 30 points, 9 boards. He had 1 block, 11 from 19 from the field. Offensively, he's just destroying things. Everybody. Everybody. Defensively, of course, we got to work on the drop with him. But I think also with him, too, I think he's getting tired. He's playing a lot of minutes. And yes, okay, he's getting $50 million a year. We understand that, but still, we got to be able to spell this guy. If you don't trust Sims, try to play Okaporte. I don't know. Get creative with these substitutions tips. Thomas Banks, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew, sir. Tough loss for them boys, 132-121. About those Towns once again, what a fabulous night. Another great night for this guy, Josh Hart, once again. 16 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 7 for 12 from the field. No complaints out of him tonight. The effort was there. Everything in all aspects with him was there. He's like teetering, man, with these triple doubles, man. Like he's like every game now. This is his stat line. And he's starting to get up there with the points, right? He's averaging anywhere between, what do you say, about 12 to 17. So, so I have to be, so he's, I wouldn't be shocked if he's averaging anywhere between 15.5 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, 6 assists. Those are big time numbers, man. Big time numbers. So he's playing extremely, extremely, extremely well. So much for I feel lost in the offense. Now this guy, right? I feel Bridges got to get more shots, man. We got to try to get him more shots. He's too good offensively to kind of get lost in it a bit. 8 points tonight, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block, 4 for 11 from the field. We got to really kind of start getting him rolling, man. You know what I mean? Like he's kind of getting lost in it. And I think that we got to try to make sure that we're able to get him touches. Because when he starts scoring, that kind of motivates him defensively. And I think that he's another guy. I thought started getting kind of tired towards the end. Halliburton was coming off those screens, and you just didn't really see the rotation just as aggressive as it was earlier. And so we got to make sure that we keep him in the loop and don't have him kind of falling in, because these aren't good numbers for him. I like him when he's anywhere between 15 to 19 points a game. You know what I mean? That's what I like for him. He's got to get more touches. Brunson was Brunson tonight, right? Gravity, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through. Rock with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys. 132 to 121. 33 points for Brunson tonight. Big Cat with 30 points. So Brunson was big, right? 33, 10 assists. He was 11 for 17 from the field. He was Brunson tonight. He was Brunson. And he did what Brunson does. Like this is what I say all the time. Listen, I'm not worried about him. I'm not. And he's starting to kind of get his rhythm. It's slowly coming, man. So I'm not really, too worried about him. He's making big shots. He was getting his 15-footer in there. Sometimes I think he drives too deep into the lane. Like one time he tried to challenge the trees with who was down there, man? I forget who got the block on him. But I think sometimes he goes too deep. He's got to kind of dribble, hard dribble, then pull up. Hard dribble, then pull up. So, but I'm not worried about him. He's too good of a player, man, for us to be concerned. And then everybody's talking about he's a ball hog. 10 assists. Last game he had 9. So I think we can kill all that noise about that. Just Knicks, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys, 132 to 121. And Deuce had a very subpar night, man. 7 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 2 steals, 3 for 9 from the field. But remember, I didn't think Deuce was playing tonight. They said he was sick. And he just didn't seem to have it tonight either. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's probably feeling under the weather, but he's tried to fight through. You know what I mean? He played 29 minutes tonight, but his shot just didn't look right tonight. It just didn't. And I thought that he kind of, was pressing a bit and, playing defensive. And Mathurin was scorching him. So was Halliburton. So he didn't have it tonight. But I don't, and I'm not trying to make excuses for him. Like I said, if you're out there, no excuses, man. So we don't want to, try to make excuses for Deuce. But in all honesty, he didn't look good out there at all. And there were the reports that he was not supposed to play tonight. Right? He was questionable with an illness and, of course, campaign, of course, with the hamstring. So I don't know. So, but he didn't play well tonight. And that's the punch that we need. So if Deuce would have gave us his extra, what? He had 17. If he would have gave us 7, if he gave us 7, what if he would have gave us 17 tonight? But right there, we're right in the ball game. Right? Last game he had 16. So if he's in there between, like I told you before, 12 to about 19 points a night, right? The Knicks are good. So, he didn't have it tonight, man. He didn't have it tonight, and it's okay, man. It happens to the best of them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really too worried. But this was pretty much the ball game, man. You see it right there, man. The 3-point percentage, 28% to their 45%, and that's the ball game. Honestly, if you want to get into, of course, the stats and say, okay, where did it go wrong at? That's where it went wrong. Atlantic Line, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys on the road, 132 to 121. So, but I love this on the boards. Like I said, the Knicks had it going, man. I thought the Knicks were there. I just think that they ran out of gas, man. I think they just ran out of gas towards the end. Okay, let's get into this chat, man. I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with me tonight. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you come through, please subscribe. Also, too, guys, if you haven't done so, please hit that like button for me, man. Please. Hope everybody's doing well tonight on this Sunday. All right, Dunn Rose said Tibbs should be accountable. I get the pressure. Mitch should be back, but the problem is that Tibbs should be playing the bench players more. Agreed, Dunn Rose. Agreed. That's the first thing I said when the game was over. That's the first thing that was on my mind. And when I saw them kind of like start to pull away from the Knicks towards the end of the fourth, like probably like, I want to say around like, it was about the 4 or 5 minute mark. I saw them starting to pull away. They let Miles Turner get hot a couple of times from the top of the key. That rotation on that was lazy, but they're tired though, man. You look at the minutes these guys are spelling. So I'm not. No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. There's no excuse about the pressure Mitch thing. But here's the thing, though, Dunn Rose, and with everybody in it, here's the issue. This is the team. And then also, too, don't they have Matt Ryan on the bench, the guy that just came back? They just got him from they talk about him the whole time. They got him from the Pelicans, and he's from New York. And he's this, he's that. He's a three-point specialist. Why not play him? Give him 10 minutes, Tibbs. Just to spell these guys so you can have a good push towards the end of the fourth. Isn't he supposed to be playing Shamit's minutes? So what's the excuse? So yes, you're absolutely right. He's still got to play these guys. This is the team, man. This is what you have. When you decided to get Bridges, you decided to get Towns. You knew the bench was going to be kind of weak a little bit. You knew that. So you got to play the guys that you have. You got to develop them, Tibbs. This is what's going to show Tibbs if he has learned anything over the years, man. Which has been his biggest Achilles heel is he plays guys till they fall over. That's been the big talk with him since when he was with the Knicks way back with Jeff Van Gundy. He pushes guys too hard. That's always been his issue. You want to see now with this team, and as good as we are, because we're great, guys still get tired, especially on the schedule that the Knicks have been on. So you got to pay attention to that. Jeremy says, fire Tom Thibodeau. Jeremy wants him out of here. Donovan said, I forgot to say Mitch should be back in January. Cat is happy that if Mitch comes back, he is playing a power forward instead of a center. Okay, some of that was right, but you're wrong here. No. That's going to happen, Dunrose, in situational. That Towns is here to play the 5. That's what he's here to do. Mitch, when he comes back, he's going to come off the bench. I don't think, number one, they're going to take their time with Mitch, so they're not going to thrust Mitch right into the starting lineup. It's going to be situational. Certain times, based on certain matchups, you'll probably see him and Towns out there together, but they're not going to start the game together. I don't see that. Mitch is going to come off the bench with that second unit. Him and Precious is going to come off on that second unit. Certain aspects of the game, then we'll probably see, him and Towns together. But it's Towns is here to play the 5, man. Towns is here to play the 5. Rondo says, tell me not to panic, right? We look gassed. We got to play more guys. Agreed, sir. Agreed. And then other dynamic, too, is you got to understand we were up 10 in the third, man. So it's not that we can't, we're not in these games. We are. But to your point, guys are getting gassed. Like I said, you got to play Matt Ryan. That's why he's here, right? You got to play Dottie Hay, man. You got to give these guys minutes. If you don't trust Sims, you got to play Akaporte. You put Tyler Kolek in, you got to let him play. You got to play him more than 2 minutes. And then the other dynamic, too, is, right? I don't want Deuce bringing the ball up. That's why Kolek is there. Let him be the point. He played in college. Deuce is an off guard. Get the ball out of his hands, man. He does not know how to run an offense. He doesn't. That's why we got Kolek. That's why we got Payne to be point guards. That's not Deuce's superpower. So we can't have it to where Deuce is down there trying to run the offense. A couple of times I've seen him doing it, bouncing it off a guy's legs. Give Kolek the ball and let him run the offense, man. If he doesn't know what he's doing, that leans into coaching. Tibbs, develop this kid. Get him ready because we need guys. Then Rose said Leon Rose should tell Tibbs, play the best players more. He created this team for this season, Tibbs. Agreed. Then Rose says, I still get that what Tibbs is trying to say. I think he misses his rim protectors in defense like Precious and Mitch. He should play Acapulco even though he is learning this season. Agreed. All that's well said, Dunn Rose. But here's the thing. The only way he's going to learn, man, is he's got to play. He's got to play. He's got to play. Big task. He's feeling it. Big task is feeling it. Big task is we have to shoot threes. Yep. I mean, listen, man, we just missed them tonight, Big Task. But even with that being said, Big Task, we were still up 10. We were up 10 in the third, man. And we were winning in the fourth. I believe we were up 5. But then they took away that basket from OG Anunoby. So we were winning in this game, man. Dunrow said Bridges was not good at this. He wasn't good tonight. Yeah, but he's got to get more shots, though, man. That's what's going to help him with his rhythm, man. He's got to get more shots. Knicks 100 GM says, "What's going on with Josh Hart, man? He got to delay a game off the rip. Yeah, he's got to calm down. He's got to calm down. He's gotten text the last 2 games. I don't think he got a tech last game, and he almost got a tech tonight. Remember they said that Brunson had to push him away from the refs. And the refs weren't bad tonight, man. I thought the refs were good. They called it even game. So I don't think it was the refs. Josh Hart's got to chill out. Wesley Robinson, man, says Tibbs is playing a 6-man rotation, right? These starters have no legs in the fourth quarter. Tibbs will get fired this season if he is stubborn and a delusional coach. That's a fabulous point, man. That's a fabulous point. I think Tibbs is feeling it, man. I think he's feeling the pressure, man. This is probably the best team he's had since that Derrick Rose team with Joakim Noah and the whole crew. And they were battling the heat. That was probably this is his best team probably since then. When D Rose won MVP, those teams were good. So he can't drop the ball here, man, because Leon's giving him what he's always wanted. This is your team, made in your vision. So, but he's got to help his players, though, man. How he help your players is kind of getting them to get some rest, steal some minutes from some guys that you guys drafted. So Dunrow says since 2020, right? Knicks fans try to tell Tibbs, play the rooks, play the kids. Agreed. Yeah, you're right, man. You're right on with that, man. Crying about calls as other teams' building is outrageous. We got to stop it. I didn't really see that tonight, though, man. I mean, I thought it was an evenly called game. I mean, I think guys on both ends were chirping tonight, right? But I don't think it was to the point where it kind of got away from the Knicks in that aspect. I didn't see that, right? I thought it was evenly called, man. Knicks, we played for a whistle the entire games. I don't think we did that, man. I don't think we did that. I think both teams were complaining about foul. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't think that was the issue tonight. Right? Thought Brunson was getting his call, so was Cat. They were getting to the line. I mean, we shot. I mean, let's go to this. Let's go to the stats really quick. Look, they shot 27 free throws tonight, man, and they shot 25. So it was an evenly called game, man. I didn't see the team like complaining about like I didn't really see that tonight. Wesley Robinson, I'm checking in from Strong Island, New York, right? The home of Rakim, Ryan Basia, EPMD, Public Enemy, Jim Brown, Dr. J, Danny Green, Craig Mack, Biz Marquis De La Soul, Keith Murray, and countless others. Wesley Robinson, I appreciate you, man. I've been out there, man. Heavy. Been out to Green Acres Mall. Made my rounds. You know what I'm saying? Been out to the Green Acres, back in the day. Remember, Red Lobster was right down the street from the movie theater. Right there in Valley Stream. Yeah, I've been out there heavy. Appreciate you, sir, coming through rocking with LV Live and my crew. Big tacit loss makes me sick. Agreed. Thomas breaks. Bridges has to be more aggressive on offense, right? He looks too passive out there. You know what's funny? Thomas Banks, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. In watching the game, man, I said he's got to be more aggressive, man. That fall away jumper is money for him, man. He's got to be looking to pull that. Like he can't be, you know what I mean? Like that's easy money for him. That's got to be his shot. If he can't hit that corner three, if that's not there, do that pump fake, one dribble in, bang. That's money, man. He's got to be a lot more aggressive with that, man. Knicks 100. He went under screens every time. That's far from elite. Who you talking about? Bridges? I mean, tonight wasn't his game, man. You know what I mean? He had a rough game tonight. Thomas Banks says Brunson looks like he's getting out of his shooting slump. He did tonight. You know what it is? With him, like I said it last time, right? I said he's got to find his pockets, right? He's got to find where he fits in with the whole Towns piece, right? And he's starting to develop that a little bit. And I think that when he comes off that screen, he bounces that corner jumper is there for him. Sometimes, so that's why I'm saying once again, he's just trying to figure out the rhythm. Guys, it's not even 25 games, man. So he's still trying to figure out spacing with Towns and where he can get his offense. That elbow jumper was money today. And then he was being aggressive, taking it to the hole, finishing at the rim, getting the N1s. So I thought this was vintage Brunson tonight. Vintage. And then you added it with Towns. Once again, guys, we scored 121 points tonight, man, and still lost. So that tells you that something is missing. You know what I mean? We're losing games at the end of these. We're not getting smoked. We're losing them in the fourth. That tells me guys are tired, man. Knicks 100 Jim says, I've been out on Bridges since preseason. Yo, well, why though, man? Why? He's not elite at nothing. Listen, man, he's one of the best 3D wings in the game, man. In the game. Come on, man. He's played really, really well, man. Really, really well this year. Thomas Banks, Deuce looked a step slow. You know what it was, Thomas Banks? Remember, he wasn't supposed to play tonight, man. He was sick. He was kind of under the weather, man. So, I'm not surprised. And I said that earlier that he looked a step slow, man. So I think he's still kind of under the weather a bit. 42 minutes for Josh Hart. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. 6 minutes away from playing the whole game. Like that can't happen, man. That can't happen. I don't care if guys are hurt. Like this is only game 9, man. And this is where Tibbs starts to lose people. This is where guys start to say, yo, Tibbs is bugging. You know what I mean? He's got to get better with that. Yo, Kel, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Hey, listen, man, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. But yo, Kel, man, I appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live and my crew. Atlantic Lion says, I don't get it. We got 4 out of our 5 guys who can knock down a 3 on a solid clip, and we can't hit a 3 in the second half. Sometimes you have off night shooting, man. You do. But here's the thing, Atlantic Lion. Offensively, we were rolling, man. So it wasn't like we really needed the 3 anyway. If we were hitting a 3, we might have put up 150 points tonight. Offensively, we were there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really think that's really kind of like the issue. I think it was just, I think we ran out of gas, man. But offensively, look what we did. Times week, the schedule has been crazy. Yeah, it has, man. Schedule has been insane for the Knicks, man. Insane. Time will tell from Mitch. Yeah, man. Yeah. I think Mitch will be fine. We just got to let him come back like when he's supposed to. David Smith, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV Live. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, man. But I appreciate you coming through Rocking with me and my crew tonight, man. Tough loss on the boys, 132 to 121. Appreciate you coming through Rocking with me and my crew, sir. Yo, Cal, Tibbs wants the rookies to get good without playing. Something wrong with that guy. Yeah, man, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense, you know. And you know what it is, yo, Cal? The issue is this. It's not like we have guys that can play ahead of him. There is nobody. Everybody's hurt. So you need these guys to play. See, it would make sense if he had Precious, right? And he had Mitch, and he had Shamit, right? And these guys were there, and Payne, of course. Those 4 guys were there. And, you know, you want to add in another guy like, you know, Akporde for 5th or Sims or whatever. It makes sense because you have guys ahead of them. All them guys are hurt. Everybody. So it makes no sense to me why he's not playing anybody and you're playing 6 guys. That doesn't make any sense, man. Yeah, the refs took back 3 points really late in the 4th. It was a fixed game. You know what's funny, yo, Kel? I mentioned that earlier, but I saw that in the game and I said, wait a minute. What? I said, when have they ever went to the replay and saw that a little bit of a back of his foot stepped out of bounds, and so they take away all the points? It's never happened. You could just say we're gonna let it rock. Like you don't do that. I've never seen them do that. I've only seen them do that maybe at the end of the game if someone stepped out or something like that. You want to see if they stepped in or stepped out. Not in the middle of a game. And it was like 5 or 6 possessions down the game. Like it was like, oh, we had to go back and fix it. Those 3 points, the Knicks are now not up by 5 or up by 2. They're down by 3 because that 3-pointer didn't count. I've never seen the refs do that, man. Never. So this game was fixed. David Smith says, it's at least Eastern Conference or bust this year. Second round exits, no acceptable. Agreed. Coach, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys, 132 to 121. The Big Cat, 30 points, 9 boards. Yeah, it's not acceptable. I agree with that. David Smith, Bridges is underperforming, right? Knicks gave up 6 first-round picks for him. Come on, you know what, David? I'm not going to say that he played well last game, man. He's played well other games. It was just tonight, but I think once again, right? I said this last time. I'm saying it. It's an adjustment period for everybody, but he's got to know. You know when he's got to really pick it up scoring wise, because you got to find your pockets when you can score, especially being out there with Towns and Brunson. It's that second unit. When that second unit is in the game, when Kolek comes in with Deuce and he's out there, that's when he's got to get busy. That's when he's got to go on the baseline, shoot that baseline jumper, try to take it to the rack, hit a floater, be aggressive offensively. Because with that unit, we don't really have anybody out there. So when he's out there and it's him and Josh Hart, or him and Anunoby and Sims and Kolick and Deuce, he's got to be aggressive. He's got to be aggressive. Yorkel says 6-man rotation won't cut it in the fourth quarter. Your man Tibbs don't get it. Yeah, Tibbs is bugging, man. Tibbs is bugging out. Tibbs is bugging out for real. David Smith says, Knicks gave up 40 points in the fourth quarter tonight. Knicks look gassed. Tibbs does not give enough rest to the starters. Yo, man, I said that earlier, and it's gonna be a thing for him, right? Because once again, this was always his Achilles heel. This was always the issue with him. Everybody in the whole league has said this. That's why a lot of guys don't like playing for him. The problem is that as much as he may want to like make excuses about why he has to play him, it's still only game 9. We're not in the finals. This is game 9. Play those other guys on the bench. I said it earlier. This is it. This is the team, man. So you're going to eventually have to play those guys until those other guys come back. You can't play 5 guys the whole game because your bench is hurt. That doesn't make any sense. That's just being idiotic. Like, it doesn't make any sense, man. Coach says Tom only cares about a chip, and it's only playing the guys that are going to be there. Yeah, man, but Tibbs is bugging, man. Tibbs is bugging for that, man. David Smith says, I don't care about the Tibbs extension. He should be fired if the Knicks fail to make the Eastern Conference Finals this year. Ooh, I can't even say I argue with you on that, man. I can't even say that. Because I said it earlier, David, I said it earlier. This is probably his best team that he's had since that Derrick Rose team when he won an MVP. It's probably his best team, man. And Brunson is on a different stratosphere. Brunson's the man right now in the league. Everybody knows who he is, and everybody knows the Knicks are legit, and Cat is Cat. So all these players they got for him, for Tibbs, these are Tibbs players. And so now it's no excuse. No, it's no excuse. Guys are hurt. You got to adjust as a coach. You got to adjust. You was throwing a curveball, right? Anybody knows about baseball? You was throwing a curveball, right? You swing through it like it's a fastball, or you got to adjust to the pitch. You got to adjust, man. You don't just keep swinging like it's a fastball. So Tibbs has got to adjust, man. He's got to pivot, and he's got to show that he can pivot. Or if not, they will find somebody else. Gideon, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys on the road, 132 to 121. Coach says, so we should know it's Mitch, Precious, and Payne. Yeah. Coach says he doesn't care about them rookies. They will get their time at the end of the season. But that's a problem, though, Coach. Coach, I'm not saying you're wrong. You're absolutely right, but that's the problem, though, Coach. We need those guys now. Not so much because we need them to score 30 points or we need Cole to come in and be 20 and 10. No, we just need him to give us solid minutes so Brunson can chill, so he can have that push at the end. The same thing with Bridges. The same thing with Cat. Same thing with Josh Hart. We need them to have that push, man, in the fourth to be able to give that intensity to close out games. Gideon says defense and three-point shooting. It's garbage. Yeah, man. Coach says when the full rotation gets back, this team is going to look different on both sides of the court. Listen, agreed. Coach, agreed. Agreed. But they're not here now. So you're a coach, right? You got to pivot based on what you have. You don't continue playing these guys just because you're like, I ain't playing these other dudes. Because no, you got to play them. You got to play them. Yeah, that 3-point call was fishy. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. I don't know what was going on with that. Coach, we're just missing a lot of those guys. No, listen, I agree, man. I agree. We are missing a lot of those guys, but still, because of that, that doesn't mean you don't pivot and try to play. Let's look. Rick Carlisle did it. He played a whole bunch of dudes on his bench, but I'm not saying he didn't play him a lot. But I think they gave him at least 10 minutes or something like that. Kolek only played 2 minutes. Dudes played 29. How many minutes did Simmons play? Like 10 or 9 minutes or something like that. Come on, man. David Smith says, if Tibbs can win with this roster, that's if he can't, I'm assuming you say if he can't win, that's on Tibbs. Agreed. Agreed. It is on Tibbs. He's the coach, man. They gave him an extension. This is come on. This is on him. Coach says they actually help offensively because we know we all have more opportunities. Right. Agreed. Because offensive rebound and all that good stuff. Agreed. I'm not knocking none of that, but the reality is that they're not here, man. They're not here. So what do we do? They're not here. So what do we do? We don't just play Brunson 46 minutes. Like, that's insane, man. Yorkel says, giving up 6 picks don't make a player better. Fans need to understand it doesn't matter that it was 6 picks. But yes, Knicks got suckered. I don't agree with that. I think he's worth all that. It's an adjustment. It just is for everybody, right? So it's going to take times for guys to gel. It just is. I don't think Bridges is playing bad at all. He has 17 points the other night. A couple times during the season in these 9 games, he's looked really, really good. But it's still an adjustment. I think he's got to know, like, all right, cool. When I'm with that second unit, this is when I got to turn up offensively, and I gotta really look for mines. Like, he's got to do that because you see how OG Anunoby's being aggressive, right? He's being aggressive offensively. Bridges has got to do the same thing with that second unit because he's playing with that second unit a lot. So that's what has to happen. But once again, that's finding your pockets, man, finding your spaces where you can really be good as far as impacting all aspects of the game, right? So when you're able to do that, then you get in the flow of it. But you still got to find those pockets. Like, okay, cool, I'm with the second unit. Now it's time to turn up offensively. I'm with the first unit. I see Cat's got it going. I'm going to kick it to him. I see Brunson's got it going. I'm going to kick it to him. So I'm not really going to look for my shot that much. But I realize offensively with the second unit, there's some offensive deficiencies, right? So now I got to step it up. Now I got to post up. Now I got to hit this fall away. Now I got to take it to the rack, hit this floater, right? So in those pockets, that's where I got to pretty much, learn how to be aggressive and kind of take my foot off the gas, all those different things. David Smith, if Tibbs can't win with this roster, that's on Tibbs. Agreed. Big task. Exactly. That's what RJ Barrett used to do when he was with us, right? RJ would get up aggressive with the second unit. Agreed. That's what he's got to do. Big task. That's what I'm talking about, brother. Exactly. That's what he has to do. And then he'll be able to, it's the same way. So he's got to look at it like, yo, with the second unit, I'm with Brooklyn. Not really, but you know what I'm saying. That's how he's got to look at it. Gideon says, I don't understand what Tibbs isn't seeing. I do not understand. I do not accept Tibbs is bad rotations. Pacers have 2 starters in Nate Smith, right? Missing with a shorter bench with no Obi. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. And Carlisle still played like other guys. Coach says he seems to be only be able to make changes by league quarters, as in every 20 game. Yeah, man, I don't know what's going on with him, man. Tibbs is like struggling with that, but he's too sharp of a coach to say that he's struggling. I just think he's stubborn, man. He's stubborn in his own ways. He's stubborn in his own ways. Gideon says now we got to turn the page and focus on the Sixers. Yeah, agreed. Sixers are struggling too, man. They're struggling big time. They were worse than the Knicks. Big Tass is back-to-back winning seasons for the first time in who knows how long. And we talking about firing Tibbs. I don't think they're talking about firing Tibbs, man. It's not that, but he's got to get better with what he's doing, man. I'm not saying we fire him. Like, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, like, if he doesn't, like, they got this lineup for him. They change up things for him. If he can't show that he can adjust with his team, and they put all their chips in the table, push them to the front like it's a poker table, and he drops the ball with that, you think they're not? Of course, these guys are going to look at somebody else, man. They are, because this is it. This is the team. This is who they're building with the next 5 years. All these guys are in their prime. Everybody's in their late 20s. Josh Hart, I think, is 29. Brunson, I believe, is 27 or 28. Bridges is 27. OG Anunoby, I think, is 26. Deuce is 24. All these guys are in their prime. They're young. They're ready to go. This is when we make it pop. And if he can't do that, trust and believe they're going to find someone else. Gideon says, I was saying the defense and three-point shooting was awful tonight. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Yokel says, would you trade away Mikal for Randall? Randall can get and create his own shot, something Mikal is not good at doing. So I like Randall better. No, I would not with this team. Not with this team. Randall doesn't play defense, man. Randall doesn't play defense. And Randall takes the air out of the ball. That's why I don't even think Randall's going to probably wind up staying with Minnesota. I think he may leave it. I think he may walk, man. Just because he doesn't fit with certain teams, just because of how he plays. High volume scorer that needs the ball in his hand a lot and doesn't defend. That's not what we need. Davis Mr. Cavaliers took assistant Johnny Bryant from Knicks, and Cavs hired Atkinson as head coach. I wanted Atkinson to coach the Knicks for the longest time. Atkinson's tough, man. He's solid. Remember, Atkinson was with Brooklyn, man. And he didn't do well, but he said when he went out to, I think it was Golden State, he was on the bench over there. He said he learned a lot over there, and that's kind of like what's got him better with certain things. But trust and believe. Let's say the Knicks, I know we're kind of jumping out the window here, but let's just say for entertainment purposes, the Knicks do fire Tibbs. Trust me, Johnny Bryant will probably be at the top of their list. Remember, he was the coach in the wings, shall I say. David Smith, would you make the trade of OG Anunoby and Mitch for Giannis if you are the Knicks? Doubt Bucks would do it. No way. No way would I do that deal. I did a short on that. Go check it out. No way I do that deal. No way. No way. No way. No way. No way. Yo, Kelso, so far, we are only beating the Bucks and lose the teams we're supposed to beat in the Hawks and Houston. Knicks are in trouble. Tibbs, nah. I think we're fine, man. I don't think we're in trouble like that. I think we're good, man. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. I said he would go from us to them, then a second team. To Johnny Bryant, I'm assuming. Yeah. I mean, we do miss him though, because he was kind of quietly in the background, really coaching his team, right? Randall really credits him a lot for making that change and really kind of getting him better in different aspects of his game. Oh no, Randall. To my Randall. Okay, I apologize. Yeah, definitely. I don't see because of the kid, the big kid. I told you from Jersey, Naz Reid. They like him a lot, man. They like him a lot. So that he fits more what they want to do, right? So, and he's younger. He's just about the same size as Randall. I think he's bigger. Naz Reid's big, man. Like I told you, I've seen him in Jersey, out Freehold Mall. He's huge, man. He's a legit 6'10", man. He's big. So I think they like him more. So I don't think Randall stays, man, especially for the money that he wants too. Davidson says we need at least 20 games for a team to develop chemistry. Chemistry, right? Looks lots of new pieces. Agreed. That's what I'm saying, man. That's why I'm not worried. I'm really not. I think we're going to be fine. You know what I mean? I think Tibbs has got to really understand his rotation better. I think he's got to play certain guys. I think also too, in playing those guys, you'll be surprised of how well they play, given certain minutes, right? With the second unit, you'll be surprised at how well these guys play. But you're not going to know unless you play them, and that's where Tibbs has got to. He's got to shuffle things up, man. He's got to steal victories here while he can because guys are hurt, and you got to steal these wins. Randall will look great in Houston or San Antonio. You know what's funny, Coach? I said that if Randall leaves and he goes to a different team, I see him going back to Texas. I said that on one of my shows. I see him going back to Texas to end his career. You know, he's close to Dallas where he grew up. I think he grew up in Dallas. I think he's from Dallas, but I know he's from Texas. So I see kind of that happening from him ending his career out there, either with Mavs, Spurs, or the Rockets. I could see that happening. I could see that. Interesting opinion, Hope. The Knicks do something better, especially on the coaching side of it. Yeah, man, I will see. We'll see. But, there's still time, man. It's still early, man. It's still early. So, I'm not going to, jump out the window on Tibbs, but he's got to get better with this because tonight falls on him. It's not on the team. You can lean into, they missed a lot of threes. Like you could lean into that. You know what I mean? But it's no, not at all. Try to bring this up, man. I got a little bit more of what Tibbs was saying. I'm gonna bring that back up really quick so we can run out. He's got a little bit more that Tibbs said tonight. I'm gonna check it out. Let's check it out and play it right now.
And we gave up way too much. So if you don't challenge shots, they're gonna make. So too big of a discrepancy from the 3-point line. They made 21. We made 7. So that's a problem. But our offense, we score 121, shoot 55. Get to the line a lot, rebound them, but didn't cover the line. So we got to fix it, and we got to fix it fast. We have to be strong on both sides of the ball. Like if we're just going to rely on offense, we're not going to be a good team. So we have to do better. And the fourth quarter is different. We got to treat it differently. We got to understand how hard we have to play in the fourth quarter, and we have to do better.
See, that's where he lost me there, right? That's where he lost LV. We got to treat the fourth quarter better. I don't think they're not treating the fourth quarter better, but they're tired, Tibbs. They're tired, Tibbs. They're tired. So yeah, I played that clip earlier, but there was another piece to the clip too. I forgot to extend on that, but that's why I went because he talked about he did touch on that. So come on, Tibbs. I get he's making valid points, but he's not taking into account those things. He's got to get better, man. He's got to get better with that. But listen, guys, listen, that's my show. Listen, I appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me tonight, man. I apologize for the late night. Apologize for the, kind of the issues in the beginning. Technical difficulties. Crazy Sunday for LV, but we still got the show rocking and rolling. I will be going live again tomorrow, right? Do a weekly recap. So everybody come through for LV's lunchtime takeout show. So please come through around like 12:30 tomorrow. So come through and check that out. So I will be coming through from that. All right. And also, too, I'll be going live again Wednesday to discuss the game against the 76ers. Got to have a bounce back game, right? So listen, so we'll definitely discuss that. All right. But listen, I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with me tonight. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button, hit that like button, people. All right. Also, too, if it's your first time coming through, first time rocking with me, and you're watching this on replay, please subscribe to the channel. And also, too, please leave comments because I do respond to comments. All right, but listen, guys, that's my show. I'm LV Live, and I appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me tonight. All right, I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people. Peace.